Hey, what's up? Today I'm sharing how to create a small logo animations. So if you are following this tutorial, you can learn the basics of After Effects. So let's start. So let's start with Illustrator. So just create a new document. You can go to Art and Illustration, and here you can see the Full HD video size in which is just started. So here we are going to create some shapes. So instead of Illustrator, you can stick with After Effects only, but my case Illustrator is better. So here you can access all the shapes, tools, rectangle, ellipse, everything you can access. Now I just created one ellipse, so, and I removed the stroke. It's just a fill color only. So these are the basics of Illustrator. So here actually this shape is it's just a placeholder. We will show our logo in here. So this is just simple things, just a mask. So anyway, now we have to create shapes around here. So I just start with creating a small circles, and some circle I made fill color only, some circle I made only stroke color. Now I start with the rectangle also, and just rotate these things. So it's very simple basic things only, and change the shape, add different shapes. So yeah, like this. Make it some shape, you have to make it stroke color, so it is look different. Now you have to create one line, just simple line. You can adjust the stroke size from top, and you can create some shapes, something like this. See, two circle at the end, and in middle just a simple line shapes. So you can create something like this also. Now I will explain how to create these wave shapes. So I just create one single line, a straight line. Now go to FX and distort and transform. Here you can see zigzag, and click on the preview option and change the point into smooth and adjust the values. So now I just copied the same line. Then I want to edit the value, so go to window and appearance. You can see here zigzag. Just click on here and click on the preview and change the size value and change the values. So you can customize these waves. So make it different waves and change the stroke value. See here, I just made the different waves. So then place it here. That's it. So you can create these things from After Effects only, but Illustrator is better. Now just delete the logo mark. Now you have to convert into layer sequence and select the old layer and go move into the top, because every layers has to be a different, every shapes has to be different layers. That's why. Now save your file as an Illustrator. That's it, you're done. So now you can open your After Effects and create a new composition, and you can change the name into logo reveal or anything depend on your video, and change the frame rate into 30, Full HD, and duration into 7 seconds. Yeah, that's it. Now you have to import your Illustrator file. You can just drag and drop, or just go to file and import, or just double click on the project window. See here, this is the particular, then import as composition, retain layer size, then import. That's it. If you double click on here, you can access that composition. See here, you can see all the shapes here. Now you have to do some setting. So select all these lines. So there is no scale animation, that's why. Then you can just change the you can create the shape from, because we have to add an animation, that's why. And you can delete these backup Illustrator file, it's not necessary, just delete that. Now you can select all the shapes and change the color into label color into red, because it will isolate from your timeline, so it's easy to edit and it's easy for your workflow. Now you can select all this thing and you can just hide right now, because we will add the animation later. Now select the complete shapes layers and press yes on keyboard, so you can access scale value and add a keyframe. So just click on one scale value, so they will automatically add keyframe for every single layers. Now go to your 1 second and 15 frames, because 1.5 seconds, and add another keyframe, same 0 value. So there is no animation because the starting and ending is 0, so you cannot see any animation here. Now go to the middle frames, middle of this duration, and select the complete keyframe, and you can just press F9, or you can right click and select the easy ease option. Then select this all keyframe and change the position like this, just move upside. Now our time slider has to be in center. Now you can see here is the value, the scale value. So here you have to bring 100 percentage. Right now is 0.5 only, then drag little bit more for down and up. Starting has to be in up and ending has to be in bottom. Now you can see it's 12 17 percentage, 20 percentage, 24 percentage. Now select the all ending keyframe and yeah, bring little bit more down. Now you can see here 78, 90, 100 percentage. Now why we are doing like this is, you can see the animation. Just play this, see, you will get the bursting effect. See, the scale start from 0 then end in 0, but in between you will get 100 percentage. See, 0, 100, 0, but with only one keyframe. Now select different shapes, random shapes, and change the value. See, here is 95 percentage, 82 percentage, and you can change the graph style little bit different, so the ease will be different. So you can randomize the ease. This is little advanced, so that's why if you are a beginner, maybe you will not understand, but yeah, try to play around with this graph, and it's very important. Anyway, you can select different random shapes, see like this, and select the keyframes, hold the shift key and click on the keyframe, then you can select the complete keyframes, see like this, then change the graph, add a variation in graphs, so you will get different scale values. Anyway, you are done for this scale. Now you have to animate position. See here, if you select the complete layer again and press yes, because you have to get this is the end value. Now press P for position, add a keyframe, and go to the first frame and change the align into composition and make into center, both ways. So if you don't know, you can access from window. So now everything start from center to the ending position. Now select the old keyframe and yeah, press F9 and go to graph editor and select and change the graphs like this. Okay, yes, you are done, you are almost done. Now you have to actually you can add a variation in here also. So go to press R, rotation, go to the first frame and add a keyframe in rotation, and go to if you hold the shift key and press scale, you can access scale value also, and add a keyframe in rotation at the end. Now just press R only, you can bring out the rotation value only, then select the complete keyframe, and now here see here you'll get 1 cycles of rotations. Now just randomize different shapes, and double click on the last keyframe. You can change the revolution into 2, yeah, and degree in 150. That means 2 times it will rotate 360 and 360. It will comes like this, means 2 times. And just randomize, double click on the last keyframe, and you can randomize the means you can add extra rotation for some shapes. Yeah, something like this. See, some shapes is more rotation, you can see, you can feel. Now select the complete keyframe and go to graph editor and change the graph something like this. Yeah, you are done. Now just play. Yeah, see the difference. Now you can randomize in here also. Select the keyframe and change the graph from that style into this style. You can randomize here also. Back to, and select different select different shapes and find the keyframe and select the keyframe and go to graph editor and change the graphs like this and create a different style of graphs. That's it. Actually these are very simple, there is nothing harder, and it's a very simple techniques, but you have to experiment with these kind of things. Now see, you're almost done. Now select the complete one and you can press M for hide all the values. Now select our main line shapes. Now here you can add keyframe in position, P for the key shortcut for, and you can add the same thing at the beginning. It has to be in center. See, now select the all position values, press F9 on keyboard and go to graph editor and change the graph something like this. But the problem, see, there is no end animation for this line, so you can add another technique. So select one lines, any lines, no matter which one. Now just drop down the values, and here you can add trim paths. So here you will get trim path 1, drop down, and you can see here you can change the start and end value. So I think add a keyframe in start value at 0 and the ending it has to be 100. Now see, you can see the animation. Now go to the graph editor, make into ECEs and change the graph. Oh, I think not like this. I think, yeah, this is almost fine. Now select the trim path and Control C. You can copy the value. Just press Control C, select the trim path and Control C. Now select all other shapes and Control V. It will automatically apply, see, trim path to every other shapes. Some shapes you have to animate in, instead of start you have to animate in start value. Anyway, you are done with the particles. Now you can import your logo into your After Effects, and yeah, here 3 seconds. I think the file size is too big. I just reduce the size and make it to align into center, and yeah, you can change the layer name into logo. It's easy. And here is our particle, and you can start. I think you have to add some ellipse. You remember that we had created one circle in Illustrator, so we had to create that circle from in here. just create any solid, and this is just for background. There is solid, so you can make it red and make it the background. I think this too brightness. You can see, you can add a effects, generate and fill for the particle, and you can change the color into white. I think still it's not pleasing, so you can change the solid setting into, I think little gray is better. See, gray is better. Okay, you can change the color later, no matter, it's not a problem, you can change the color later. Okay, you can change the name into BG. Now you can lock the layer for better. Now you have to I don't want this window. You can change the position into center, and you can change the anchor point into center also. Now you have to change align into the center and make the shape bottom of your, okay, before you have to add a scale value, and 1 second, and scale from 0, start from 0. Select the keyframe and press F9, go to graph editor and change the graph something like this. I think it has to be start from, we change the logo into top. Now arrange your logo based on the background shapes. See, you can arrange your logo position. I think you can little increase the size. Yeah, I think there's some align problem. Anyway, just parent your logo into that shape, so the animation will transfer into your logo also, the scale animation. Look at this. I think, see, I think you have to add the scale, and you have to cut the particle from here also. Yeah, something like this. I think now is perfect, almost. See, you have to just then select the whole, then it has to be start in 3 seconds. Now you are done with the positioning also. Now you have to create one ellipse tool. Now we are creating a small intro for this intro, a small circle, and you can change the anchor point into center. You can use that animation composer anchor point tool, and you can change the layer name into circle. And yeah, in here you can access the ellipse one and just press Ctrl D. You can duplicate the same circle, then just copy, not layer, just copy the circle, just move the circle. Now you can align the layer into the center of the composition. Now just, yeah, you can move into, okay, this value. So to access this title safe area, you can press this quotation key, this comma key in keyboard near to enter. Now align your shapes like this. Okay, that means everything start from the same end. Now this circle one, and you can change the center value in, you have to change the anchor point value into center. Now access the ellipse, and here you can access the transforms of each circles. See, here you can see the position. I think I have to change the, no, leave it. Anyway, you can add position in this. transform, so you can animate separately. That's why instead of adding position in shape layer, so here add a keyframe in position and go to here and add a keyframe in position for both. And here you have to change, okay, not this value, this value. You can, sorry, you can move like this, and sorry, you can add plus 500, then it will move 500. Sorry, I think plus 500 is too much, so Control Z. So we already add plus 500, then plus 200, that means 700 total. In here you can add the same thing, plus 700. Sorry, in here it has to be minus, because we are starting from another angle, that's why minus 700. Then everything move the same distance, that's why. Then select the keyframe, easy ease as usual, and go to graph editor, change the graph like this. See the animation. I think instead of that you have to change the position in until here, and this thing, because it has to be collide, it has to be hit, otherwise there is no impact. We just make it to center both. Okay, now at this time it will explode. So go a little bit forward and change the position, plus 200. I think plus 200 is too much, then plus 130, and here also minus 130. See, you will get the same distance, that's why we are using plus and minus. Now here you have to change the graph something. When it hit, it has to be very quickly, so I have to scale here. See, then you will get the anchor point. It has to be like this. See, now you're done. Now I think this second is at this time, then move forward until here, nothing will happen. So we have to add rotation, that we will add later, but until here, 1 second, add a same keyframe, there's no animation, and here again you have to add this keyframe. So just select this second keyframe and Control C and Control V, and select the second keyframe and Control C, Control V. See, and now go to graph editor and change into like this. Yeah, you are done. I think you can change the graph something like this. This is better. Now here at this time there is no animation, so here we had to add rotation. So here go to you can hold the shift key and press R. You can access the rotation of not this separate shape but layer, and here you have to add 180 degree. Now select the both keyframe and press F9 and go to graph editor and change the graph like this. So see here, you can get the animation like this. I think you have to change the no here only, but the problem yeah, move our logo into a little bit backward. See, now the problem, you can see the circle, so move the circle layer into the bottom of our logo base. Yeah, you are done. Now you can add a lot of extra things. I think add a keyframe in scale, and here also add a keyframe in scale. Just press U, and no, you have to select all the keyframe and move a little bit forward, because yeah, 20 frames is fine, and change the scale value into 0. Now you can see the animation is like, and I select the both keyframe F9, that's common thing, and change the graph editor something like this. I think, yeah. Then you can see the first the circle will scale, then it will start position. I can move the scale keyframes only little bit forward. Oh, I think you had to move the logo and particle little bit forward. No, little bit forward again. This timing is very important. It's matter. It will give you the feel. So make it create very nicely. And you know, the animation is all about timing. That's very important. Timing is very important. Now you can add some extra elements. So create one circle. You can create a one trials. So make it the center. Make it the center. Now you have to change the fill color. If we don't want fill, so just click on the fill text and remove the fill, and add a small white stroke. You can add 1 point, that's fine. Now go to ellipse and ellipse paths. Here you can change the size. Yeah, it has to be center of both circle. Yeah, now fine. Now go to add a trim path. Again, we already added trim path in before, the same thing, the trim path, and you can access the circle keyframe by pressing U on keyboard. So here you have to start the trials from here. Now I think it's not visible the trials, so you can increase the stroke value for a little bit for now only, and adjust the N value, and you can change the offset. See here, it has to be start from here. Now the N should be 0, and add a keyframe in end. At this time the N should be here. See, 40.5 degree. Now from here, the start also you have to animate the start also. I think if you are just copy the N value, that means the 40.5 degree, that would be better, and arrange the keyframe something like this. Yeah, and press F9. That's it. I think the end keyframe should be like this. It has to be aligned properly. Yeah, you can change the keyframe graph something like this. Now just press U you can access only keyframed values. Now see here, you can change the shape value into 1. Now see, look at this, just tile, it will give a little exaggerations. I think just press the Ctrl D, you can duplicate the same circle and press R for rotation and rotate the circle, and you can increase the stroke value and rotate, yeah, this like this. You can make it 180. See, you can create the same tile for the next circle also. I think 185 is better. Now you can change the stroke value into 1, back to 1. Now just play the video. See, you're done. Now you can select the layer and press enter for change, rename, and enter and rename the line and move into the bottom. See, you are done. So these little small elements are very important. Now go to particles. At the first hit we need some shapes, so select one rectangle and one circle and one triangle. Now you can select any other shapes. One cross, yeah, then Ctrl C, and here at this time it has to be burst, so here you can paste and see, you can remove. I think no need to remove, Ctrl Z, and because we have to add the position, scale, everything will be here only, so just remove the position values only. I think that also is not necessary. Yeah, anyway, just change the position value only, and at this time the layer, you can press the opening bracket, you can move the layer and select the all and make into center, and see everything right now in center. Press, hold the shift key and you can press P to get the position and add a keyframe position starting, and here it has to be, you can use the arrow up and down, left and right to change the position, and just change some in the top and right and left and bottom. Yeah, move every shape in different position. Now select the all position values by pressing hold the shift key and go to graph editor. Apply the easy ease by pressing F9 and go to graph editor and change the, I think something like this. Yeah, this work. Now I think we have to change the position at this time, so move the every layer in. Yeah, you're done. That's work. Now if you want to change the layer colors, so you can move the N keyframe into little longer. So yeah, you are done. Now if we just play the video and select these all the layer, Ctrl A, and if you press M you can change the label color. Now you have to add fill color. You can access fill from FX, generate and fill, and you can change into white and select the fill FX and Ctrl C and paste into other shapes also. Just Ctrl V. Now you can change at this time position, logo base position and upside. Now the problem, you can see the circles and line, so it's not necessary. So select the circle and line and alt closing square bracket. You can trim the layer. That's a shortcut. Now go to the position keyframe, F9, change the graph editor, something like this. Oh, that's too much. Decrease the I think that's fine. Now you can make it to 6 seconds. Anyway, now you can add your text, you can add your title name, or you can import if you have a customized text, you can import. Anyway, I just changed the text sorry for the background noise. It's locked down here, but people are going here and there. Anyway, and you can press alt, you can press the opening square bracket to move the layer and position, and the opacity 0 to 100 and add a keyframe in position and move the position into here, and starting it has to be from here. Set both key, F9, graph editor, the same scenario. That's why I told, if you are doing this kind of work, you can learn the basics of After Effects. So no matter if you are using or not in this video in your anywhere, but you can learn the basics of After Effects. So anyway, you have to adjust the keyframes, graph editor, something like this. See, I think no. Anyway, yes, you are done. I think go to effects, generate fill. You can change now you can change every shapes, colors by adding fill properties. So if you want to explore about colors, go to color hunt. This is really awesome sites. You'll get a lot of colors, and you can apply the colors into here, and you can just paste the values, the hex values. You can change the background and everything. It's not a problem. So do it nicely. See, you can change the shapes value, every shapes colors value, something like this. See, now you can here the particles, everything is a single white color because we had a fill color for the main comb, the particle comb. So if you want to colorize separate for the particles, so go to particles, inside, and apply fill color separately. Then you can change every colors. So you can customize everything, but learn the basics, that's better. And yeah, create something different, create creatively, and share. Whenever you are creating these kind of videos based on my tutorial, share with me in Instagram also. Yeah, because I would like to see your works. Now, yeah, peaceful. Thank you.